they expect you to give up.
Right.
You know, they're not going to support at first because
Right.
they expect you to stop doing what you're doing at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
We call ourselves CiiiTY, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.
Speak on the brand. Speak on the clothing brand. How that came into fruition.
CiiiTY, man. Well, shoot.
Yeah.
I'm very fashionable. I kind of wear a lot of hats. You know, I direct all my videos. You know, I write all my own treatments. I could do photography. I'm only one person, so I can't do it all by myself. So
yeah,
I come up with the creativity. You know, I like fashion. I'm very fashionable when it comes to that. So I thought one day, damn, I want to wear my own stuff. You know, I'm spending money on all these other stuff. Not that I have a problem with it, because I'm all about supporting things that I like, businesses I like. But it would be cool if I had my own brand. You know, me having a support system that I do. Let's see if these people like a brand I come up with.
Yeah,
you know, and I sat there, I crafted it, came up with it. CiiiTY, you know, awake, perceive, embrace. And I have a slogan for that. You know, it's awaken and perceive your dreams as a reality. And what that means is anything you dream of doing, it's only going to be a dream until you wake up and actually make it your reality.
Yeah.
So you have to put it into perspective, you know. Nothing falls in your lap or comes easy.
How long were you sitting on April Royale?
CiiiTY. Yeah, it's kind of a
that's a bougie. That's a bougie brand right there.
Right. You know, I was going with April Royal. You know, it was a couple different names, but April Royale.
No, April Royale is how I
envision it.
Pronounced it too.
Correct.
It's hard saying it now, but believe it or not, that's in my head when I saw it. I thought April Royale for sure.
Right.
So yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, it took about to put it all together. Probably about 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Thought about everything, designed it, you know, came up with the different styles, reached out to a couple people, got some input, and, you know, put it in the works.
Yeah.
Came to life.
And I thought you was sitting on it a little bit longer. You know, you've been dropping the emojis with the apes and the bees.
Yeah, man. And that's a little signature, man. Every time you see that, the bee and the ape.
Yeah, man. I'm like, man, JBO got this on pre-save, man. You got that emoji. I just can't see you on your phone.
We got the black sheep going now.
Yeah.
Because everybody want to be the GOAT, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Or excuse my language, but
you good?
It's black sheep, man.
Yeah.
I'm a black sheep. I stand out everywhere I go. That's why that's been brought aboard, you know?
For sure. How are you handling criticism these days? Like, because I know you toy with people with your drops and your, you know. So when people come at you and they're like, man, you need to drop your music or you need to do this a certain way, like how do you respond to that?
I mean, I just, you know, I tell them they got to be patient. They got to be patient. You know, everything I do is for a reason at the time I do it, you know? So if I give you too much of JBO The Prince, you can't handle it at once. So I got to give it to you in a form that you can deal with it and consume it in. You know what I'm saying? In a fashionable manner.
Yeah.
You know? So if I give you a 17-track album, I bet you can't memorize one of those songs in a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've gotten that input from other artists that a lot of artists they find it strategically better to drop singles and promote those than to put out an entire project.
Right. Definitely falls on your marketing strategy because you know, it's like you said, you don't want to overfeed your crowd. You know, if their mouth is full, you can't put nothing else in there for them to digest. So you got to give your records a chance to marinate. You know, give it a chance to become a hit record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People are so busy trying to just put music out and don't realize you ain't promote what you just dropped last week. You know what I'm saying? How you expect anybody to hear it? Because you posted on SoundCloud? What about all the other platforms? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely is big on that.
How would you describe your rap image? And have you worked on your rap image since you've been making music up until now? How has that been evolved?
Right. Definitely has evolved. That was a perfect term for it because I was going to say it's evolved drastically, you know, in a good way though. You know, because back then it was more so the tall tees, cargos, baggy clothes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you probably posted a throwback. I don't know if you, I think I remember you posting a throwback.
It might have been.
I was like.
But, you know, now it's a lot more universal, you know. I rock everything fitted now, of course, and I'm real flashy now. You know, everything in my taste about me as a person, not even JBO The Prince, is just always like flashy, outgoing, standoutish. So I've been like that since I was a child, you know. Always like bright things, you know, bright colors, jewelry.
Yeah.
You know, I was in 8th grade with goals, you feel me?
Right.
So it plays a role now, definitely in my styles and stuff.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about JBO The Prince?
When people look at me,
yeah,
that's the first. You know, I got tattoos, gold dreads, red hair, blonde hair. You know, so there's some people that look at me funny all the time. You know, and I purposely have a conversation or push a conversation with them, and then hand them a business card, and the whole demeanor changes, the whole attitude.
Word.
Now, everything I was just speaking upon, they see is legit. You know, so. I take criticism very well. Now I do. Back in the G, I didn't. I would always snap and feel like, what you mean this ain't good? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I learned constructive criticism is the best.
Yeah, definitely.
I always want constructive criticism.
Definitely. That's when people keep it real with you, man. I mean, people can't if they like everything about you.
There's something wrong. I don't have no yes men around me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody around me is authentic and loyal. They're gonna tell me like it is, how it is. That's what I want. That's how I got to the point I'm at now. It's not by having a yes man. You know.
Were you born in Palm Beach? Or you?
I was born in Jersey, Hackensack. I moved down here in 2001. 9 years old. Had my birthday on the road driving down to Florida. Yeah. Ever since then, it's been at Lantana.
Okay. You're from Lantana. Okay. Do you think are you ever gonna move back to Jersey or anything like that?
I probably won't move back, but I'm definitely gonna go visit for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't been back up north since I've been down here.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that's the great thing about being a versatile artist is that you really can excel pretty much anywhere.
Right.
And usually somebody can say, you sound like a New York rapper or you sound like a Georgia rap, whatever. And I don't think there's really a lane to put you in that regard. What's
I definitely try to stay diverse with it. Definitely. Yeah. I don't ever try to be predictable. If I feel like it's predictable, I'm gonna rewrite it.
Yeah. Are you only writing these days?
These days, I'll write here and there. I freestyle some of my stuff still nowadays. But when I do write, if I feel like it's predictable, I'm gonna rewrite it. If I'm freestyling, it's a lot lesser predictable. I don't really have to worry about anything being predictable. Not that I do in general, but when I'm freestyling, it's just so much more natural, so it's not really something you can predict.
What are some of you guys' opinion about JBO The Prince's marketability and the way is he easy to represent? What's your thoughts about him as a business, JBO The Prince?
I think he's easy to represent because that's family, first off. But as a businessman and an artist, I think he's very savvy. You know what I'm saying? His work ethic is phenomenal. His trajectory from when he got out to now has jumped to, it's gone up. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely doing what he needs to do in every end. It's just keeping him level-headed, because he's everywhere at once. So he just needs the right support system around him, and everything goes from there.
You guys have a timeline with things, because I know there's an end goal, and all of you as a team are working towards that. Is there ever any place where you can say we should have been there? We should have been here by now.
No. That's not how this game works.
I agree.
It never should be that way when it comes to this game. We are the pioneers of this. So it is up to us to change the credibility. Like when you look at Jay-Z, he's 45. He can come out with an album right now and sell 1 million. Right. It doesn't matter how old he is. He created that. That's his thing. So you have to look at that trajectory too. There's many people you hear successful stories like Steve Jobs and stuff that started late in their life.
Yeah.
But if they had that mentality, we wouldn't have these products that changed the world because they would have gave up. And the point is to never give up. He can be 45 years old. Those stories until he's 45 that will make it and break him are going to be there still. So there's no time limit to that. Because his fans are gonna grow with him. I'm older than him, but I still relate to his music, and I still relate to Jay-Z's music. Being a 50-year-old man, it's all knowledge.
Yeah.
So like books, they're timeless. So should music be. I don't believe in that stature where people should have. Like people love young Lil Baby, all them young rappers. I don't listen to them. They're too young for me. But when they grow up, I'll relate to them more oftenly. Like I listen to their music, and I remember doing all that street stuff when I was younger. But I'm a grown man now, have kids. I'm not listening to that. But I respect it. But when they get older, the same thing. And my children are going to listen to them as their pioneers and so forth. So as pioneers to this, because, rap is only 30, 40 years old. Right. It's to us to set the standards. So that time should be out your mind. No matter what, just continue going. Because the dream only dies when you quit.
Right.
That's nice.
I definitely agree and feel like everything happens when it's supposed to. Where we're at when we're supposed to be there.
That was good game. That was great game right there for sure.
That's just knowledge.
I agree with that.
From being in the industry, like I met Metro Boomin before he was Metro Boomin. So I saw an 18-year-old boy come in here, put money into his craft. Now he's selling instrumentals at $150K a piece. When he used to give them away for free, just sitting in the studio. It's his dream. But I seen my boy Cat, who you don't know, he's 40 years old and he started his career at 38. And now he's one of the top engineers in Atlanta. And he's getting paid buku bread.
Yeah.
And he went to the military, did all that. But he came out like, yo, I don't want this dream to die. And he got back on it. He made it apparent that he wasn't going to give up. Now he's one of the top engineers. So he can look at all the years he spent trying. It's all worth it at the end. Remember, you can have 1,000 L's when that one W changes your whole life.
Your whole life.
Yeah.
Your whole life, all you need is that one. And you just tested. You're going to be tested.
As long as you learn, take that knowledge,
Yeah.
take the skills. Don't make the same mistake twice. Understand, put the people around you that actually play their position. You don't want a person who's a producer, artist, photographer. They're a mess, Get someone who's just a photographer, wants to be a photographer. If he's multi-talented and can do 2-3 things, fine. But those are gifted people, like Jamie Foxx. That's a guy. Jennifer Lopez. Those are gifted people. But those are 1 in a million people that you don't see Ryan Reynolds or someone like Denzel Washington trying to be a rapper. He's gonna stay being an actor because that's what he's good at. He's forever. He's not trying to. Hey, he's gonna dabble into being a producer, but he's always gonna be an actor first. Like you gotta get people to play their position. JBO The Prince is our artist. He don't do nothing else. I don't need him. Like he said, he has the skills, but I don't need him to be over there grabbing the photographer, setting it up. No, I need someone in that position for him. He can help with the creativity because that's we're a family. But at the same time, everybody sticks to their place. And things will prosper.
Everybody has a potential role and an essential role to play, and they gotta understand the train don't move unless everybody play their position.
Definitely, and accountability is the big part too. Plays a big part of it. I know, we've done work with you in the past, and JBO The Prince, he checks in on you. He wants this thing done, and he wants to push it out, and he wants this and that and the third. And I remember you saying, if he was up to me, I'd do it myself.
If I had multiple Princes,
so how important, how reliable is your team, and how much can you count on them, and how do things get done?
They wouldn't be called my team if I couldn't count on them. First and foremost, for real, even with friends and family, I delegate positions accordingly. You got to understand, at the end of the day, this is my business. This is my life that I'm dedicating real blood, sweat, and tears behind. So you can't come on board and thinking that you're going to get a handout, you know what I'm saying, or a free ride. You got to put in some type of work with me,
And then it works together. It works together because vice versa. You can't give up on your team.
Correct.
And you can't.
At the end result,
Definitely.
when a whole group of us work together and make something happen, we have to celebrate together.
Exactly.
That achievement. Popping them bottles. Celebrating because he got a record deal, stuff like that. Like those things let us know that what we putting together as a family, friends, and business is prospering.
Anybody who helps along the way with the movement and the vision will be well taken care of in the end with JBO The Prince. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm big on loyalty. Show me loyalty, I'm gonna make sure I show you loyalty.
And you look at certain industry rappers like Lil Baby, who turned, just like you guys are saying, just really turned his whole life around within a couple years. after struggling all his life. You know, when you're thinking about your story, your success story, like how excited are you about that? How do you see that unfolding and stuff like that?
I'm real proud of it, just to say honestly.
Because even thus far right now, this is success in one way or another.
I agree.
Because you've dug yourself out of a big hole.
A big hole. Yeah. You know, the next closest thing to death. You feel what I'm saying? So, and like I said, I didn't just go to jail. I was in prison. You know, sentenced to 6 years. So,
for sure,
it's from coming out of there, giving my life before then. You know, I'm blessed to still be here, man. You know, if I would ever met somebody like me back then, I would probably try to take my life. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was very ignorant back then.
Right.
But I felt like I had a reason to be, I guess. So now I just really learned to humble myself in every way, you know, and realizing that when you harness those type of that type of energy and those type of feelings, that's the only thing that you're gonna attract.
Yeah. So I saw you had you posted something recently. It was I didn't get to see too much of the video. I forgot what I was doing, but you were talking to some kids. Some kids came up to you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What was that about?
That was out in Broward. We was in Broward County, man. I was out there visiting a friend of mine, actually, an old friend, and we was chopping it up, you know, smoking. And here comes these kids, and they're like, "Oh, we know that brand." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word.
The monkey in the crown. You're JBO The Prince. You know?
Oh, that's crazy.
It was cool. It was fun, man. You know, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You know? And it just shows me, just like with every show that I do, the more and more people that'll chant my name and sing along, it just shows me how much the demand in JBO The Prince is actually growing, you know? So that just tells me that I need to continue staying at work.
Yeah, the reality of a lot of things is more people are seeing what you're doing than you think.
Right.
I think people usually look for consistency. They see you working, but they won't. And that's where I think there's a misconception, like about support, about people aren't support. A lot more people see what you're doing, but they expect you to give up.
Right.
You know, they're not going to support at first because they expect you to stop doing what you're doing at some point. Yeah. And then when that point never happens, and now you're getting record deals and your songs are, then it's like, oh, like day ones, you know? So yeah, it's interesting how that plays out. But yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot more people are seeing that brand. I think you're promoting it very well.
I appreciate that.
And yourself too. Is just JBO The Prince as well. I'm gonna wrap it up like that. Go ahead and say anything else, man. Anything you got in the bag, everything else that you got going on.
Definitely, man. Shout out to CiiiTY Media, man. First and foremost, shout out to the gang. Shout out Boss Eddie and T. Shout out everybody who support JBO The Prince, man. I love all my fans and supporters. Without y'all, this can't come to life. It ain't real. It's not possible without my support.
We are CiiiTY.